think you might have been the first one. And Jamie Lynn. Why does that name sound familiar? Is that the Meadow on Sopranos?
Jamie Lynn Spears.
Jamie Lynn Spears. That's Britney Spears' sister. Is she the one who was on Saturday Night Live and had that problem?
That was Simpson. That was Jessica's sister.
Jessica's sister. Jessica's sister. What's up, Jenny? How's everybody doing? Hi on Danielle's tube over there. Ashley Simpson. That's
Ashley,
right.
Yeah. Thanks.
Jamie Lindsay. I mean, I forgot. I'm on Google. It's better than Google. I mean, I wish I had, if I could just click a button and get you guys are 10 times better than Google. And obviously, you tell me with some kind of sass, let me know when I'm wrong. Google just gives you a bunch of crap. How you doing in Florida? Hi, Jazz. Guyana?
I'm coming.
Here she comes, and she's got her line. Look out. Look out. What's the tick word? TikTok is saved. I don't know we don't know what's going to happen. The court news was expected. The timing couldn't have been worse, but the court opinion came out, and now it's all going to be on the next guy coming into office.
The Trump man.
Can he ride in and save it? I don't really know what's going to happen. I honestly don't know what's going to happen.
Hi, moneymaker. Oh, my jaw hurts. Oh.
We will miss you
Jamie,
a lot.
your formal legal assistant.
Oh, hi, Jamie.
Jamie, thank God I saw that because he would have never seen
I
that.
never would have seen it.
So you're welcome.
And I remember I saw your boyfriend or husband in the place that he worked. The fern shop.
Let's go to Canada. Let's go.
Canada? Just so we can be on TikTok?
Yep.
We're going to move Ed to Canada just so we can stay on TikTok.
Yeah, well. Mm-hmm. Hi, Kim.
How are y'all doing? I don't know what's going to happen with the talk. We're hoping you can find all of my sites. I'm on the Tube. I'm on Facebook and Instagram, and they're in my link tree. You can find the right page in the link tree. I hope to see you here next week. But if we're not here next week and the app's not here next week, if you so choose, you'll be able to find us on those other apps.
Thanks, Steve.
And you can find it in our link tree, my link tree right now. Make sure you have the correct pages. There's a lot of fakes on like Facebook and stuff.
But you guys.
We
have a blue mark.
Yeah, we had to do the blue thing on Facebook because there were just so many fake accounts. So you have to look for our picture and the blue check mark. There's even blue check marks with, on fake accounts because they've given their real name and their real picture. Some dude from Thailand is there with, and there's his picture. It's not me.
It is on his profile.
It's just him. I'm going, what the hell are,
But it says fan page.
Yeah, he calls
Hi,
it fan page. But if you want to find us on and get the actual up-to-date content instead of the 2-year-old content like you find on the fakes, you can find us. It's there.
I can tell you that I have no need for a root canal, none of that. It's completely what the dentist thinks is my new bite guard actually moved my teeth and it's causing the shift and it fucked up my mouth.
Bad, you'll be able to find Grandpa if you want. Mm-hmm. I'm really sad because I really love the app and I love using the app. But we're on all of them and you can find our content. It just won't be the place that we started, which is the talk and built and started everything on the talk. You guys made it happen, so I'm grateful for the talk. As of right now, unless something happens, it's going away. But there's a big movement now. It's like there's in Congress. There's a big movement to try and delay it. But where was all this, anti-ban movement when they were passing the law?
I forgot I have an order coming.
An order?
Yeah.
An odor or an order?
I have an odor and an order.
Well, nobody can tell about the odor.
No.
What kind of order?
My Walmart.
Oh, you have a Walmart order coming.
Yeah.
That cat's name is Mr. Keems. That cat was born right here in this house. And it's what, now 11 years old? It was born.
Like 14.
Or maybe she's like 14. But she's lived here, he's lived here, and it was born right here in this house. If someone that wants me to buy TikTok, I would love to buy TikTok, except I don't think they're going to take $11.50 for the app. But I'll put my bid in.
Oh, thanks, Murph. It hurts. And because I have my PT, she really worked this area, and it's swollen. It hurts. God, it did.
Tapping is clapping. I made the mistake of mentioning other apps here, and that reduces the send on the talk. So tapping is clapping. If you found us on the old FB, make sure it's the blue check mark with my face, because that's the only real
My fat is
account there.
bigger.
Tammy Lee, I hope you're
How do you
right.
stay up all night and hear Ed? I do. Eileen, I hear Ed. Like last night, he was dead to the world.
It's been
And
exhausting.
I literally got up. Hi, Mike. You know where to find us. You won't have to miss us. We are on the tube, yes. If it goes away, there are other places. There are other places.
I am ready for the NFL. I love playoffs. I love
did.
when
I
they do
had
on
my
Saturday
first.
and Sunday.
Gigi, I did. I had my first star party today on Facebook. And I got also blocked. My account was taken down right after that live. I got it back. I appealed it, but yeah. Ed, sit down, please. Sit down, please. Sit down, please.
Bills,
Sit
Lions.
down. You don't do that until after you're done eating. Then we clean it. So sit down and just finish. And
It's
then
going to be
You're full?
well, Grandpa just has to clean up. You know, what's happening out there is there's little bits of food. You know, we have a bib, but there's, you know, with the dexterity, there's going to be food that falls off the plate, and Grandpa likes to clean it up as he's eating. You know, so he'll stop eating and might spend 5 minutes trying to pick up little things to clean up. You know, instead of waiting until the end and we just come in and clean it all out. So that's what's going on in there. A non-alcoholic course, right? The alcohol is why I'm drinking it. I don't really like beer. So I'm not one of those guys that would quit and do NA because that's the only reason I drink it, is for the effect. It's not my favorite drink. It's kind of like coffee. Eleanor Rigby, picking the rice in a church where a wedding has been. I don't remember all the words. Father Mackenzie writing the words to a sermon that no one will hear. No one comes near all the lonely people. Which is fitting because, you know, a lot of lonely people use TikTok. Where do they all belong? Father Mackenzie dotting his socks in the night when there's nobody there. What does he care? All the lonely people. Yeah. I'm getting told not to do that from the other room. I don't, it just blows me away. I get direction from the other room. But I do love the Beatles too, and that's one of my favorite Beatles songs. I've heard TikTok's not getting canceled. I mean, there is so much information right now, as far as I know, unless something happened right after I got on, nothing has changed. Show is going to the inauguration. He's in contact with Trump, and Trump's either going to save it or not be able to save it. I mean, that's what's going to happen. We can't, you know, I tried when it was time. I was in DC when they were passing that law, and it got shoved through because it was attached to a foreign aid bill that they had to pass. And so that law was going to be passed, and then it was up to the courts to come in, and the courts just kowtowed. The courts just punted and said, whatever you say, Congress, we don't really have a check on the Constitution. The courts are supposed to make sure the laws they pass are constitutional, but the courts just seem to defer to Congress for whatever information that they haven't made public. I don't know what it's talking about. We're already. What platform will you be on? We're already on the others. We're on the other majors. You know, the IG, the FB, the YT. We're already there. We've been there. It's the same content. I love the talk. It's my favorite, and so it goes away. I will, and it's what I use too. I love looking through it. So I will be saddened, but you will still be able to find our content if you want to. It's under Dan Salinger and Danielle Salinger.
I took them down, Danielle.
Thank you.
D-Sal NorCal. On the IG and the FB, I had to do the check mark thing. So you'll find one with a mark. I have not been following Dr. Stephen Greer. If someone sends me something and it's fitting, I will certainly follow. Blaze, yes, we will survive. It is an unfortunate precedent for the country and the future of First Amendment law, but we will survive. The room divider? Oh, that thing? Danielle. What's for dinner? I got a frozen Amy's pad thai that I have my eye on. And a salad. I don't know what else is for dinner.
I have my Mexican stew I made the other night. So
Danielle has her Mexican stew.
that's what I'm eating. Ooh.
Elaine, I'm retired, but I practiced criminal law and I did car accidents to make money. That's what I did. Now, if I going forward, I would probably just do criminal law. A case here, a case there, maybe some trusts, that kind of thing. That I'll continue to do just from home.
Yes, I did, Mimi. I did watch, and Dan was forced to watch it too, and he wasn't happy about it.
The Mexican stew is corn, beans, beef. What else?
Diced petite stewed tomatoes with garlic
Tomato
and
soup.
basil. Yeah, and then I put cheese in it. It's really good. I call it Mexican stew.
Eileen, I'll root for the underdog in that game. I don't really have a big preference in football.
That's nice,
When I watch, I'll pick a team when I'm watching, depending on how
I
they
am
do.
not
But I'm
doing
going
Red
in with no preconceived.
I won't do
favorites.
Red Note. I think I have conspiracy theories about that, and it kind of trips me out. So no, Red Note is a no for me.
We could be losing TikTok. We could be. We don't know. We just don't know. It's going to be, Biden pushed it off 36 hours, so it will fall to Trump, and Trump can
thanks,
trigger
Brittany.
pretty easily. He can trigger a 90-day delay, and then after that, I don't know what the hell's going to happen. We do have IG, absolutely, and you can find us there. Been there, for the last 2 years. Eagles winning the trophy. I hope anybody but Kansas City.
What is he doing? Ed, sit down. Sit down.
Yeah, there are a lot of other apps, the Red Note and all those other ones that people are running to. I'm not jumping to another app just yet. After, if we do lose the TikTok, I'll be mourning, for our free speech right, and I'll be on the other apps that we're already on, and I may explore,
Hi, Cody. He's
an
eating
app
ice
if
cream
it's
right
more
now.
like TikTok. I may look at that.
He's eating a little
Let's
mint
see.
chip ice cream and cookie dough mixture.
I've activated the KC fans,
Oh, Sean.
the Chief fans. I don't hate
Thanks
the
for
Chiefs.
that email. That made
I
me
just,
laugh.
I want to see a three-peat, and then a four-peat. It's just,
I'm not going to do lemonade either. I have
Scott,
reasons for
I
that.
think on the other apps are
Hi, Robbie.
available in Ireland, right? All those other apps are there, I think. Is IG all over the world? Is Instagram all over the world?
Hi, MC. It makes me annoyed too. Miami.
I'm not too smart doing the other apps either, and that's the problem for the older people. I
You
did
should
an
have seen
interview.
me. You should have seen me today on Facebook. I didn't know what the hell I was doing.
I did an interview with AARP yesterday, and I was talking about the impact.
Cody, you want Taylor
on
Swift and
creators.
Grandpa together
and
as a magic couple?
and I don't know if I can talk here, but I told them it's going to be harder on the older people because if you're not technologically savvy, I don't even know what the hell how to find Red Note or Red whatever.
Community
Red Hot.
guideline.
It's hard for me, and I've been on these apps for years, so I can imagine someone in their 70s trying to manipulate and find somebody on a
Yes,
different
there's
app, and it's
cookies
just going to be
in there.
hard.
There's cookies in there.
Grandpa's
I
good.
got this out.
Yes,
hard,
okay.
but
You
he's
can
good.
eat it.
Thank you so
Part of
much,
the ice
Mary.
cream.
He's eating ice cream.
He spit out the cookie dough because he was worried there was something.
Oh, well, Dad, the cookie dough's the best
That's
part,
what I was
Pop.
telling him. I'm like, what are you doing?
Pop, that's the best part.
Jesus.
Oh, I love Billy Joel, and I love that when the crowd sings. I've been in a
Brittany, that's
concert
funny.
where everyone's sang Piano Man, and it's pretty cool. You get caught up in it, and it is an adrenaline rush for sure. I'd like to meet Billy Joel. That would be on my bucket list.
Thank you, Marianne. Yeah,
We have Tom Petty over here,
Thanks,
and
Elaine.
she knows Tom Petty was also one of my favorite singers.
I know I will, Sean. I want to download it. I think it's funny.
IG has IG's almost identical to TikTok. I post the same videos on both. As far as time goes, TikTok has to be over a minute.
I know, 'cause I
Instagram
don't
usually
see it,
up
Jay.
to a minute and a half,
So
and you can
weird.
post longer on Instagram. You can do it. It's similar. The algorithm is different. You can find our content. It will be the same content if you find it. You can find it. The difference between IG and TikTok is the algorithm. When I post on IG, I'll get about as many views as I do on TikTok, but most of them are from followers that I already have. When I post on TikTok and you have a decent video, that's how you pick up and grow so rapidly, because TikTok goes out, if it's a strong video, it goes out to all sorts of people and not just your followers. So it's going to be really hard for new people coming in, trying to break into social media. The next Dan and Ed, right? There's going to be another Dan and Ed, but they're going to have a harder time if we don't have TikTok. They'll have to try and grow organically, very slowly on the other apps. Whereas TikTok, you can hit a viral video or two and you can blow up literally overnight. It's just not
Hold on.
that easy on the other apps.
Okay, sit down.
Ryan, that's awesome. Thank you. He said he's been following us from the beginning,
Sit.
and it's been a long journey. I mean, we've been doing this since 2020. Since long before, like we started 5 or 6 months before my dad actually moved in with us. So we've been doing this for a long time. And I think my first post was a poem. I can imagine it probably got 3 views.
Kitchen is too dangerous.
But since then, it's gotten a lot since then, thanks to my dad. So
You want to sit here and just watch the news?
I enjoyed meeting people on TikTok too, and the communities on TikTok. It's similar over on the Tube. Like Danielle has been over there, and there's a group of people that come on. It's like a community, very similar to TikTok. It's the same people watching our lives every time, and they have their own conversations and their own groups. They even have their own chats outside of the lives, and it's really cool. I mean, that's a social media community, and people have become friends. People have met. Because of our channel, people have married. They've met people and married people and had relationships and met traveled to different places to meet people. It's an amazing thing. The community of social media can be. You're going to get rid of the dog or we're going to sit there and listen to him.
He's not eating. He's done. That's why the dogs are out.
Why is he saying no?
Why do you think?
I don't know. What are they doing?
The BIB.
The bib. We'll take the bib off.
It's off of him.
All right.
Sit down, Ed. Are you done with that?
Yeah.
Okay, sit down, please. Sit.
You're single and searching. Petite TV is single and searching.
Just
You can still search on the other channels. I mean, I'm telling you, it's been interesting to see what happens on the other channels. Like venturing back to FB, where I haven't been there for 5 or 6 years, except to interact with a few friends, and it's a little different app today. Marilyn, that's my main priority, is taking care of my dad. How you doing in Windsor?
sit your booby down. All right. Thank you.
Hey, Larry.
Okay. announcing this right now.
Yeah.
You're gonna be up next, getting up. You just got up like 20. Ow.
I've been okay. So this gives me that's a perfect entree. She says I'm getting up next. So over the last 3 nights.
Not last night.
Okay.
Don't
Can I
dare.
just tell my story?
Well, I just want to make
Can
sure
I
you're
just
not
tell
going
my
to say
story?
that you did anything last
Can I
night
just
because
tell
I
my
did it last
story?
night.
Okay.
I did it last
You
night.
know what? I don't interrupt you on your stories and cut you off.
You don't?
And tell you they're wrong.
Oh.
I can't tell my story. So
Does
go
Dan
ahead.
never cut me off?
All right, here we go. Woo! Put your seatbelts on, guys, because we're getting ready to take off. I have a story. I'll tell you when I can tell it, and I can tell you it involves Fast Times at Ridgemont High. That's all I have to say. Maybe I'll save it for when she gets up.
Yeah, here we go.
Here we go, and she knows what's coming. That's why she's getting defensive. She knows what's coming.
I have no fucking clue.
I have been. Okay, so I invented a new verb as a result of this. Have any of you been Spicoli'd?
Already?
Do you know who Spicoli is, first of all? From Fast Times at Ridgemont High. Great movie. And so 2 nights ago, not last night, 2 nights ago, we were, and in that movie, are you going somewhere?
Why are you worried about me and what I'm doing? Pay attention to your story.
In that movie, there's a Spicoli orders pizza, right? He orders pizza to Mr. Hand's room. And then the pizza dude comes to the classroom, high school, and knocks on the door. He goes, pizza.
All the
and then
time.
he brings the pizza in.
All the time.
And Mr. Hand is just like, what the fuck? He's like, what is going on? And then Spicoli says, I've been thinking about this, Mr. Hand. If you're here and I'm here, doesn't that make it our time? And instead, or Mr. Hand said, what do you think you're doing, eating pizza on my time? And Spicoli goes, if you're here and I'm here, doesn't that make it our time?
I've had that thing forever.
And what's wrong with a little feast on our time? Okay, so 2 nights ago, fast forward like 40 years to 2 nights ago, and I'm getting up like at 11 o'clock. And I'm dealing with my dad, and I've been up and down like 30 times, and I am like, and the dogs, and I'm just up and I'm doing it. And I come back and I'm like, oh, and I'm like, can you do that? She's like, it's your time. Like, that was my time, and later on in the night would be her time, which has been our thing, right? I usually do it at the beginning of the night. But then later on in the night, 2 nights ago, 2 o'clock in the morning, I'm up. 3 o'clock in the morning, I'm up.
Exactly why I didn't want to tell you that, because
I can't finish because I knew she wouldn't let me finish.
Because it's so hard when you want this pat on the back. We talked about this today.
I'm just telling a story. I'm not looking for a pat on the back.
YouTube,
I just want a fucking story to get my story.
Sharon, no, his grandmother did. That's Ed's mom's. God rose.
So as I was walking back and I was getting up in her time, on my time and her time, I walked back in the room, and at 3 in the morning, I said, I think I've been Spicoli'd. That's it. That's the story.
Let's not talk about the fucking 5 weeks before that where I was getting up on your time.
Of course, we have to go back and say Danielle's been. I'm telling you a story about a verb, how I made a new verb.
Yeah, it's not funny.
And I mean, it would have been better if it was not interrupted like that.
No, it wouldn't have.
But I was Spicoli. I did my time and I did her time.
No,
it was never our time. It was always my time. Nope. That day, anyway.
Nope.
So that was my story about
that day.
Inventing a new verb.
You notice how he said that
Spicoli.
day. That day. Just like last night, I covered for you.
She's missing the point. It's about Spicoli. It's not really about what happened. It's just how I'm explaining the verb. But
no,
for whatever reason, you feel like you've been jilted in my description.
Is Dan gaslighting or what?
I was Spicoli'd.
No, you're gaslighting. My point of that, it was trying to save a Spicoli, but don't forget about her.
What about this verb? And then I was thinking about other verbs. Google it, right? Google became a verb. Is Luigi going to become a verb? The next time some CEO, does something that is controversial, is someone going to say, better be careful or you're going to get Luigi. Spicoli, Luigi. What's the other one?
It's like
Google.
Labia.
It's making verbs out of.
I can't show you that.
I think they should put Spicoli.
I'm telling you,
if you get Spicoli,
this is like
that
sitting
means
next
somebody
to
you had to do things that other people
Shakespeare
were responsible for.
fucking
Spicoli.
lover. Like, I don't want to sit here and listen to that over and over again. Like, he thinks it's so great. We had an argument the other night of who was funnier. I'm like, you are so not. He's majorly gaslighting all the time.
She's jealous because I came up with a verb.
No,
I've invented a verb. What have you done?
a lot.
You've invented
More.
something?
Yes.
Have you ever invented like a noun?
Yes.
What? I have a noun too.
I can't.
I've
say
invented
it.
a noun.
I can't say it.
I've invented a noun, and it's related to healthcare, and it is about. It's a really tough thing to talk about on social media, but caregivers know that you have to deal with different issues, and they can be, bathroom issues. Anyway, the noun is
Dragging.
glob.
Yeah, I've been Dan Salingered.
Glob or glob or an
Oh my
adjective,
God.
globulous.
I've been Dan Salingered.
Globulous is
Do you know
a
what that
texture.
means? Do you know what that means?
What?
I've been Dan Salingered. Stuck listening to the worst, slowest story on a Friday night.
Globulous is a description of a texture of, like if you have to poop, and it's kind of like the texture of like hot fudge, that it's hard to, it's not whole, it doesn't move, it's not liquid, but it's not hard enough to be evacuated.
There's your father.
As a single.
Thank
Daniel, I
God.
can't find
Yes.
my wallet.
I know where your wallet is, Pop. Is that all you want? Is your wallet?
Yeah.
Okay, come sit over here. I'll bring it to you. How's that?
As long as everything's in it, I don't
Yeah, all
care.
right. Come sit over here and I'll go get it for you.
Okay.
All right, come sit over here, Pop. You want to go to the couch or you want to sit in the chair? Did he finish his drink?
No.
What?
No.
How much did he drink?
Well, it's up on the cutting board, Dan.
Right over here, Pop. I'll go get you your wallet, okay?
Yeah.
Sit right here. I'll go get you
Blah
your wallet.
blah blah. Blah 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 blah. If my phone, I have to show you. Hold on, Dan. What are you doing?
I'm getting his wallet so that he can.
Okay, I have to show you a picture. Sean, are you here? Sean's debut is coming up in a minute.
So what's coming up?
I need you here.
Hang on. Here, Pop. Here. That's your Pop. All right, Pop.
Yeah, you know what one was. We have one here and then the wine. You know what this is. I will be, Jules, once my glasses hit.
If you have a globule excrement,
Jesus
it's gonna cost you an entire roll of toilet paper. I'm just gonna tell you that's what I'm talking about. An entire roll if it becomes globulous. It's almost like trying to pass peanut butter, right? It's not easy. So that's a new name. That's globular. That means my excrement is globular. Very difficult to pass. Very difficult. You ever tried to pass
I'm gonna
peanut butter?
show.
It's really hard. Oh, wipes are a necessity. Absolutely. You don't try this. This is, if you don't have the wipes, you're a rookie. Minimus or Maximus? I have to go with Maximus on given those two choices.
I'll show you guys first.
That's freaking hilarious. My face has been superimposed over a bald cat. So there you go. That's the closest I've got to pussy in like a month.
Bald pussy. Thank you, Sean, for doing that for me. That was amazing. Anyhow, all right.
That's a good looking cat. A good looking cat.
Uh,
I mean, that right there, if you had kittens with that cat. Oh boy.
Hey,
Where
I'll
are we
welcome.
gonna-
I will honor whoever sends me the best Dan Sphinx cat will get a shirt from me. So if you can send them, I will vote on the best Dan Sphinx
Whoever
cat,
can embarrass me the
and
most
whoever
gets a
can
shirt.
do it better will win a shirt.
That's great.
My cost.
And I will go ahead
I'll buy
and
it.
I will put out the same offer. Whoever can provide me an interesting image that I can share. It has to be in fun, right? It can't be nefarious or it got to be something in fun of Danielle. I will likewise send you something out of Danielle's merch. I don't know, one of these. I'll send you an I love Grandpa.
You don't even
Koozie.
know I have
Whatever
a
you
website.
have, I'll pick one out.
You didn't even know I have a website.
I know you have a website. I've pushed your shit before. I've done it. So there it is. SAB merch, right?
Blah 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 blah.
I mean, I don't understand that video at all. So we did a video. She's all there's a trend or
Everybody's
something.
seen it.
And I'm
mostly.
all do the trend, and it was the most.
No, it wasn't a
It was
trend.
not a funny video.
Before the video, it made me giggle because it was so stupid. There was no point.
Blah 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 blah.
Because
Just,
that was
you have to
from,
repeat after me. Hello.
that was
Hello.
that was
Blah 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 blah.
that was
Blah 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 blah
Oh
blah.
God. you
Okay.
are So annoying.
I'm waiting for the joke the whole time. I'm waiting for the joke.
I
waiting
said
for the
just
joke.
go with me.
I did. I went through the whole video and there was no joke. It just blah 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 blah. So if you guys think blah 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 is funny, you will love that video.
Do you know where that came from?
Blah 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 blah.
Yes.
No.
Exactly. That's why you don't think it's funny.
Tell me where it came from.
Remember the other night when you couldn't pronounce that thing? Flalava.
Flalava?
You don't remember?
I remember that came from our own video, so that wasn't a TikTok trend. That came
I
from our own
didn't
live.
say it was a TikTok trend.
I thought
Did you see my post on Instagram today?
I think 18 people saw it for sure.
Did you see my post on Instagram
And I think
today?
9 of them were you rewatching the video.
And I just said, you know if you know.
Blah 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 blah.
That was my Instagram post today. Oh shit. This was my Instagram post today.
We were talking about bald cats.
And the fla came out that night.
Can you believe that Congress is letting government take this content away from you? I mean, I don't know how the world's going to survive without this show right here. It's so educational. Where else are you going to learn about fla and bald cats? Nowhere. And that's, you can get angry at your government for taking away the bald cats. Who was that?
I follow that guy.
Flava?
By the way, fla is at 21,000 views, not 800 or 8.
18. That's TikTok. All right. That's not bad. That's not bad. 21,000 people watch me say blah, 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 blah 5 times.
And my wife is the best.
Why? Yeah.
They thought it was funny.
Is that what that's why you did it? So that
And you had no idea.
Well, I
Everybody
thought something funny was coming.
Everybody who watched that video knew it was a play on the other night. Just like if the Sphinx cat I posted, it was a play on the other night.
I get it. The
He
Sphinx
was
cat.
so serious, and he had no idea why I was doing it. It was all a joke about him, and he didn't even know.
The joke's always on me.
No.
I should know that by now. I mean, I knew I
I
was
have some
being
really good filters.
punked
I did
somehow.
one the other day. Oh, thanks, Lola. Lola, my
La
grandma's
la
name.
la la Lola.
See how I just.
I'm playing off you.
Just you don't have to.
I don't have to.
No. Somebody said, Dan, you are yuck yuck. Her name is Jane.
Okay.
She's really not talking about
Me
you.
Tarzan.
She's not
Me
really
Tarzan,
talking
but-
about
I'm yuck.
me. You. She's talking about me.
You're yuck.
Yeah.
Yuck yuck yuck.
Mm-hmm.
Is there such thing as a yak? Is that a real
There's a
word?
yak.
A yak, like a Tasmanian yak.
Don't talk. Yakety yak.
Yakety yak.
Don't talk back.
Eyebrow blindness. That's good. You just made me peek over there at her eyebrows. I don't notice them.
There's
it's
no
like,
dye. They match my hair. There's no dialogue.
They look like they're alive. I mean, like at any time, I'm waiting for them to, one to eat the other one or something. If that one moves over and swallows the other one, you're in trouble. We don't know what's going to happen living with somebody on Sunday with TikTok. We just don't know. We don't know. I hope that it's not dark. I hope that we can be on, I hope that we can continue to do these lives on TikTok. It is my favorite place to come and make a fool of myself.
Or be an asshole to your wife. Oh, those eyelashes. Yeah, the eyelashes, I can say that is reasonable.
Really,
but I have,
there's no such thing as it. It was a question somebody asked.
Why did you want to? Right. I mean,
I
person who doesn't interrupt.
I'll forget the goddamn question, but I'll try to remember.
Don't worry about and responding to anybody about my eyebrows.
I'm not talking about your eyebrows. There's a question about my dad. So somebody asked how long after I fill him in the morning, which you've seen on videos. I'll fill him in. You know where you are. How long does he remember? That is an open question. He can forget in 2 seconds. The reality is, most of the time, at least 22 hours out of 24 hours of the day, he knows who I am. He knows where he is. It's the other 2 hours that, if he's sundowning, that information is lost. And there is no timetable. When I fill him in, it can last, long, or he can reset in about 20 seconds. It depends on how he's doing. If he's flustered, if he's frustrated, if he's not doing well, it's going to reset really fast. Like, if he's looking for his wallet and I go, Dad, your wallet's in your room. Are you sure? I'm 100% sure, Dad. Okay.
Girl.
I got to find my wallet. Literally could be 10 seconds later. But when he is not flustered, when he's calm and feeling, pretty good, he can retain for a long time. So it all depends on how he's doing.
If you wrote something in here, he probably didn't see it.
Brandy, I did never experience sundowning before. Well, first of all, he's never been diagnosed. I didn't experience sundowning until about 2 years ago. He was just off and he just couldn't remember. But the sundowning started about 2 years ago, and thank God it's not pervasive. Thank God we have, most of the time, he's good.
He didn't even read it. I didn't even read it. Would I have laughed? You can tell me later.
Smurf Turf, will we adopt you? I'll ask my other kids, but you might want to check with them first before.
Check with the older one first, and then
check with the older one. You're going to walk away.
The other
my older one, unfortunately, I was I had a very different attitude. 15 years ago, things changed as things happened in my life.
So does that.
Things changed for me, and that changed me as a person. My wife was actually, and things have changed for her. I mean, you would have hated me 15 years ago and loved her because she did this. She did all the shit with the kids, raising them. I had the stupid attitude. I'm earning the money. I can go to Tahoe. I can do whatever I want. And I fell down on my responsibility when I was young, right? When I was younger and stupid and didn't understand priorities. And Danielle was there to do it. And now I'm kind of shifting to that, and she's sowing her wild oats, except limited by menopause.
Where am
I don't
sowing
mean wild
my
oats sexually.
Well,
I mean just
that's what sowing the oats mean.
Well, I'm just saying you're finding yourself much later, and I'm the one who's now. Like you're going to Vegas and I'm not, right?
Oh,
I'm the one now who's staying home doing what, where I might have left you before. So it's kind of reversed a little bit.
I saw your picture online.
In the office?
That was all a picture.
That was AI. Because I've never actually worked. I've never put on a suit. That's all AI enhanced.
I guess I was ready. I was lost. I think what he means is, if you don't understand what he's saying, let me put it in Danielle's terms. Danielle's terms are.
Well, and I'll correct her if she doesn't.
What he means is, I didn't really have a chance to have independence and freedom back then because I was busy being a mom and doing all the mom stuff and taking the kids here and school while he was
I really wasn't talking about you. I was talking
sowing
about
his.
that I fell
Yes.
down on my.
And he sowed his wild
responsibility.
oats because I'm not done, because he fell down on his responsibilities. And so he was out, he was going to Tahoe for years by himself, doing all these things. So now it's my turn.
Julie, I still do practice, and I will always have a few cases. I'm just not going to run an office.
Yes, Michelle. Sowing your oats.
Yeah, I'm glad I got my shit together too, because
now somebody's got to take care of everything around here.
no, because I just I've always been the same person. I just lost my way for a while and got demented through working and earning and playing and other extracurriculars that that just hid what's important from me. And I've realized now what's important, and thank God, I'm happy that I have.
Oh, I saw that, Casper.
I have a number of poems, and I will probably post a poem before TikTok ends, because that's how I started.
What's funny?
If it's going dark,
yeah,
I'm going to post my favorite
Stacy,
poem.
the weirdest thing is that this is, if I had hair, the hair that I have left is the same color of my eyebrows. It's just because I don't have hair, only spotty. And so people are just, because of the other day when they were extra darker because of the dye and the scabbing. But this is normal for me. This is not abnormal. So I don't know why people are making a big deal of it.
I'm not going to go there. I'll wait till they fade. I'm not going to comment. There's no benefit from anything I can say about her eyebrows right now. It will not benefit me. It will not benefit her. It might entertain a little, but then I pay the price later. I mean, her eyebrows are what they are. Eyebrows do not make a person. You need to look past the eyebrows. I mean, they're there. And like her tone, those eyebrows are there. You can't really ignore them. It's hard to ignore them. It's like somebody with a wandering eye. You sit there and you're looking, right? And you're staring, and the eye's looking over there. It's like her eyebrows are kind of like that. You can't help but stare.
Eyebrows, same fucking color. Eyebrows, same fucking color. I don't see what you guys are
And by the way,
saying.
if you ever do run into somebody with a wandering eye and one eye's looking over there, don't look over there where the eye's looking to see what they're looking at, because they're not looking at anything. The eye is just wandering.
Oh, I can't. Oh, never mind. I can't show this.
And that, it's, don't look where the eye is looking. I'm just going to say that.
In every picture, I can show you all my pictures. Do you want to see them?
We've caused an eyebrow.
Yeah, because people are fucking haters and they're ugly. Look. Oh no, my eyebrows are too dark. Oh shit. Look at those. Oh my god. Fake fucking bitch. Look at her. Can you believe that?
When you're in your 50s, you can always pull out like a picture when you were, young, and you can show it. Big Papa, we're on IG and YouTube, and we have been. And you can find everywhere I am right now, you can find in my link tree. You can find my exact page, and you can follow over there. Thank you for asking. No, there's nothing wrong with the eyebrows, but they are good fodder on social media, on a social media live. We only have so much material, and there it is right there. It's like they're just blinking at you. 100%. We can't ignore it. Ed is fine. He is sitting in there. You will probably see him. I can't believe he hasn't walked to the bathroom during this live.
Well, I stopped him 3 times.
All right. By the way, has we had anything today?
I haven't seen it.
Okay. So.
Thanks, Anna.
That tells me what my night's going to be like.
What our night's going to
What
be
our night's
like.
gonna
You
be
know
like.
nobody
And
comes. You know nobody
It's an
comes.
ultra. I am exhausted. I am so freaking tired. I took a nap for half an hour before this, because this might be our last TikTok live, which would be really sad. But so I wanted to be a little rested so we could be entertaining. What?
I mean, wait.
Here, Pete C says, ditch
I-
Dan, marry me.
I
You got
lit-
options, babe. You got options.
I literally was trying to rest today, and you're like, let me go on a 25-minute walk again. And you left me when I wanted to close my eyes, but I couldn't because you left. And I dealt with that several times. So during that time, I popped on Facebook, was playing around, and got on live. But the point is, I'm so glad you laid down for a little bit.
I was working. I was doing law stuff today that I had to do. Right? And I know it's inconvenient for you, but
I know.
I had to do that. Best advice for a long marriage. We're good at this, right? What is the best advice for a long marriage?
You're gonna go different now. How about forking grass? Remember, did you guys ever fork the grass?
What I would say is, make yourself so hideously unattractive. It's like mutually assured destruction. That if you both just make yourselves hideous, you have no other options and you have to stay together. That's one way to have a long marriage. Fear. I'm afraid of what happens when I go out.
Jesus fucking Christ.
I'm saying, what else? The reality is, there's easy answer for a long marriage.
Jane's
And
going,
it starts with
Jane's going to Qatar, so watch out. Happy New Year's.
it starts with respect, right? And the rest is let 90% of the shit go. If you realize how many things that you fight about, that was the stupidest answer.
It was, and I still don't know what he's trying to say.
Agree.
He's just an idiot.
No, I was thinking, it's a real
it's not even, it's so remotely ridiculous. And
okay, well, let's answer the question.
You are fucking dying on the stage. People are throwing fucking wet things at you to get you off the stage.
I'll duck, all right?
Jesus.
You can be like George Bush when that guy threw a shoe at him.
Or more.
By the way, that was, if you guys remember the George Bush shoe incident, what a stud, man. I was not a big Bush fan, but after he dodged that shoe and, the way he stood in there under fire, I got to respect that man. That shoe came flying at him, man. That reporter just flew it at him. And he's like moving. He was almost kind of laughing. And the Secret Service came out and he's like, I'm all right. It's just a freaking shoe. That was a great scene. You can't forget the shoe.
By the way,
you cannot forget that
I
shoe.
have a horrible problem. I'm much better than I used to be. But
If someone asked about my dad, go ahead.
I mean,
she's much better than she used to be. We'll start with that. Go ahead. I'm much better than I used to be.
with holding a grudge.
With
Holding a grudge.
you have no improvement. You're the queen of grudge holding.
You're such a liar. I mean, if you could just observe and be observant to anything in your fucking life and in front of your nose other than a fucking Snicker bar.
Here's a funny story from last night.
Christ.
Last night this happened. It talks about grudge holding.
No, you lie.
Okay, I'm going to lie, but here's my lie. So yesterday, you left at what time?
2:30.
Okay, 2:30. She's gone. So here I am with my dad. What time did you come home?
8 o'clock.
8 o'clock. So from 2:30 to 8 o'clock, I'm there. I'm dealing with, which is the hardest time with my dad. You got to deal with his late afternoon, that's when he goes a bit berserk, looking for everything, make sure he has dinner, has pills, is ready for bed, teeth brushed, all the bathroom stuff done, all that stuff. So all that happens. I got my dad in bed. It was a long day. It was not easy. And she's home, it's like 8 o'clock and she's talking. But she never once asked how my day was, right?
We talked about this.
So I say to her as I'm walking out, oh, and by the way, we had a good day today and Grandpa took care of his bathroom stuff. He ate dinner and everything's good. And then that's all I said. I will say I might have had a little bit of a snarky tone.
There's zoomies on here, so they were there.
Okay, so yeah, Zoom was there. So I said that to her with a little bit of, kind of saying,
not a little bit.
In case you're interested, we had a decent day and I took care of everything.
Gaslighting.
And then the assault, the assault was incredible. This is what Danielle heard. That's what I said. By the way, We had a good day. Grandpa was good in the bathroom. We ate his dinner.
I already told
Everything's
everybody
fine.
about it because I thought it was
But
ridiculous.
what she heard
Your
was,
dad's right here.
thanks for leaving me at home with Grandpa all day. I had to do all the work. I had to feed him dinner. I had to do everything. And now you roll in here at 8 o'clock and everything's fine. And I've done all the work. And here you are kind of bitching. That's what she heard.
Dad,
Yeah.
do you know where my shoes are? I can't find my shoes.
Can I put the camera on you, Pop?
What?
Pop, I know where your shoes are.
Where?
They're in my room.
In your room?
They are in my room.
My shoes are.
You want to sit down here, Pop?
No, I just want to get my shoes.
Well, we don't wear shoes in the house, Pop.
What?
We don't wear shoes in the house. You want to sit down here and talk with me?
I don't know where they are.
Give me your hand, Pop. Give me
I
your...
don't want to bother with Danielle.
No, sit right here, Pop. This could be.
Alright.
This might be our last TikTok live. So, let me see if we can have a conversation here, Pop. How are you doing? We got people on here from all over. You're doing normal?
Yeah,
You're nice and showered. We got people on here from all over the world, Pop.
that's good.
And you know what, Dad? They're on here because of you, Pop. You're the reason that we're talking to all these people. Without you, that number would be 18 instead of 1,800. But because you, Pop, you're special.
I don't want to be that type of special.
Well, you are. You can't help it. You've done it. You got on the internet and people respond because you are, look at all these people talking to you. And it might be your last opportunity to talk to my dad on, hopefully it's not, and will certainly be on other channels, but in the event that this is the last TikTok live, Pop, you're responsible for everything you see here. You see all these comments and people from all over the place?
Yeah.
That's all you, Pop. You gave this to me, Dad. I'm talking to a lot of people on both of these channels, and you gave that to me, Dad.
I gave what?
You gave me this platform, and
Oh.
people are watching because of you, Pop. And my poems play because of you, Dad. People read my poems or hear my poems because of you. That's what you did for me.
I did what?
You gave me a lot, a big gift, Pop. You gave me a huge gift.
I did?
You did. Just by being you, you gave me an enormous gift that nobody else could give me. Nobody in the family could give me what you did.
Well, I'm glad I gave you something.
You gave me more than you could possibly imagine, Pop. You gave me a purpose. You gave me a new purpose in life. You gave me hope for the future. You gave me a platform that I can use for different things in the future. I have a voice because of you, Dad.
Not because of me, because of you yourself.
Nope, because of you, Pop.
No, it's you.
No, well, you gave me the voice that I'm using right now.
Yeah, well, whatever it is, you're here now. I think you've done it yourself. You're strong enough in your own effect to take care of yourself, and that's what you're doing.
This is the most humble man on the planet, and he's serious. He would give all the credit away. Even though he's the man, he would give it all the credit away in a second to his kids.
What are you talking about?
Dad, I'm talking to, there's 2,000 people on here. There's another 350 on here, Pop. So we're talking to a lot of people right now.
Well, good.
And they're here because of you, Dad. They're interested in what you have to say.
Well, I think they're interested in themselves. They've put a lot of work in on their own behalf, and I think that's what it is.
Well, whatever it is, Pop, you're the linchpin that brings everybody together. And you've done that. You brought this big community together. They're talking to you. See, people are saying, I love you. Hi, Grandpa. Hello, Grandpa. Grandpa, you're amazing. That's what people are saying about you, Pop. All these people love you. Can you believe that?
I wouldn't know. Well, it depends what love you means. What are they referring to?
They're referring to, they've seen you and they think you're an amazing human being, Dad.
Well, I'm not.
Well, that's one of the things that make you amazing. You deserve this more than anybody I know, Pop. And you are the most generous man I've ever known. You continue to give your whole life. You gave and gave and gave and gave, and then you got sick and you moved in with me and you continued to give, Pop.
Well, that's your opinion. That's nice. It's a nice opinion made of me.
Well,
I can tell you that. I don't think I'm that nice as you think.
Pop, I didn't say you were nice.
Oh.
I said you're special and you're famous. You're known worldwide because you are a special human being.
Oh.
You have a way about you and a humility and a respect for life that people recognize, Pop. And because of that, people love you.
Well, I thank you for the explanation.
Well, that's what's happening, Pop. And I can see it right now. I mean, all these people are here talking to you, Dad. And I'm so glad. I had no idea. And in fact, if you asked me, is Grandpa going to be on tonight? I probably would have said, I doubt it. It's been a long night. We were all tired. And that affects Grandpa more than any of us. And yet here he is doing it again. Even though he's tired, even though it's 6 o'clock, here you are, Pop.
It's 6 o'clock in the evening.
It's 6 o'clock in the evening, Pop.
I'll go and get some more rest.
Well, you'll go to bed between now and 6:30, but when you're tired, you'll go to bed, Pop. All right?
I've got a good family that's been doing a lot for me.
Pop, and you know what? He's correct about that. What else is correct is he says that every day. He thanks me every day, multiple times. Can you imagine that? Every day I hear, Dan, I want to thank you for what you're doing. I thank you. And every day, in the most intimate moments, I want to thank you.
Well, I appreciate what you're telling me.
I know you do, Dad. You tell me every day that you appreciate it.
I do. Well, I do.
I know you do, because you tell me every day. You know what's happening, and you are. I know you're grateful, Pop, and I'm grateful to have you here. That's the thing, is I'm giving you a lot, but guess what? You're giving it right back in spades.
Really?
Yep, you really are. You've done amazing things. You've really improved my life, Dad. You've given me things that I could not have gotten on my own. I could not have accomplished what you were able to accomplish, Pop. And you're able to pass that down because of who you are. And you did it in your 90s, Dad. You did it in your 90s.
Well, that's very nice of you to think that way.
Well, I'm just telling you what's happened, Pop, and what I've experienced since I took you in.
Yeah. Well, it's very nice of you to tell me that. It's very nice of you to feel the way you do about me, because I don't feel the way that you say I am. I don't feel myself that good, or that big, or that long.
Yeah, I just wish that you had an understanding of just what kind of impact you've made on so many people. Because you've helped not only me, Pop, you've helped lots of people out in the world that you don't even know. Because they're watching you and they learn from you, Pop. And that helps them in their own lives. Watching you and the example that you set has made a difference for a lot of people, Pop.
I hope it's made a positive effect for a number of people. That's what's important.
It's always been positive, Dad. What you've done, I can't articulate what you've done. It's really amazing, Dad. And we may lose TikTok, but you're still going to keep chugging, Pop. Are you tired, Dad?
Yeah.
Danielle?
Yeah.
You want to take them? You want to go to bed, or do you want to watch a little TV first?
I think I'm going to get some rest.
All right. Well, if you want to come here, dear, I'll take him and brush his teeth.
What's that?
What?
I'll take him in to brush his teeth if you come here.
I know, let me finish.
All right. Well, I mean, I don't know how to.
Does he have to go right now?
Well, that's where we are. Yeah.
Well, I have some frozen stuff right here.
All right. Well, it'll take me 2 minutes, but
What?
he is very sweet, and this is not unusual.
You're good, Danielle.
I hear this
Danielle,
every
what am I
day.
doing? Dan,
Pop, you're good.
I gotta get up. I gotta go pee.
All right, Danielle, we're going right now. So
She coming down here now or what?
she'll be right here. Walk this way, Pop.
I had to go pee.
All right, turn this way. Turn this way.
Okay, you show me where I go.
All right, I've got you. I've got you. We're gonna walk to the right here.
Yeah, I had to go pee. I
All
can't
right,
sit
we'll
there
let you
anymore.
go pee. Come on in here.
Hi in Chattanooga, my hometown. I was getting my Walmart order put away.
Where's the
Right here, Pop.
Right here?
Yep,
Oh, hi, it's Richie.
yep. Sit
Oh,
right
that's
right
Coco.
there.
That's Coco. She sleeping. She tired. Are you tired, girl? Mm-hmm. Knoxville? You know I'm all from Tennessee, right? Uh-huh, uh-huh. Hey, V. Hi, Sue. How are you, girl? I know. Look how cute she is. She's so cute. I know. All of a sudden, I just walked outside here in Franklin. So my aunt, who I stay with, is in Cheatham County.
I'm gonna get your toothbrush ready.
Memphis? Oh. Have you ever been to the restaurant Bayou in Memphis? If you're, no, Carrie. Well, yes. If you've been to the Bayou in Memphis, my cousin owns, well, her and her husband own it at the Bayou in Memphis. Yeah, I wasn't able to get there when I was there the last time, but she always posts the food and it looks so good. So go to Memphis, eat at the Bayou, and say, you know me. Oh, Pete, I can't run away. I have no room for any other men in my life.
Oh my God, there's an opossum right here. There's a freaking opossum right here. Right in the window. Just walk right by the door.
I've never been to Elvis.
Hang on, Bob, I got an opossum. Hello, Mr.
Dan,
Opossum.
shut the door! Shut the door!
Why? Are you gonna run in?
No. Yes, and look who's there behind you.
Oh. Well, Coco would have chased that opossum, I bet. I thought, are you done?
Yeah.
All right, let me pull this out right here. Real quick. And then we'll put on the diaper. And then we'll brush your teeth, all right?
What are you doing?
I'm gonna pull this off, we're gonna put on a new one.
Coco went back. Oh, really? The snow in Graceland? All right. Yeah. Michael, whom I care for with Elvis became inappropriate. Nope. Nope. No inappropriateness. An eyeful of what? Oh. An eyeful? I appreciate it. 1932 too. Milla? Do people eat opossums? I don't know if they eat opossums. Do they eat opossums? I drive by Graceland. So how much you make off of TikTok? Not enough. Not enough. Millie? I don't think so. You lived in? Really, Miriam? And Franklin. I have cousins in Franklin too. And East Tennessee. So possum stew. Never been to Graceland. I've just never really needed to go or ever wanted to go. I mean, I could go. It's literally like, 3 hours from where my aunt is, but not interested. Oh, we are. I forgot. Sean, is that what we're doing? I didn't know. We didn't firm up the... You don't... JD, how you feeling, girl? No, we don't pronounce the O. But I always say it because that's how I used to remember how to spell it. So do you always... I used to always say how the words were spelled. So I never said gnat. I would always say canat. Opossum. Opossum. For possum. Everybody's making fun of you for saying opossum.
Instead of possum?
Yeah. So we say opossum. We say the words. What else is another? Canuck instead of knock. Canuck. That's how I used to remember how to spell them.
I just say knock. How about, so
Knie.
anything
I
that's
say
silent?
Knie too. Thank you, Tiffany.
Knie?
That's how I remember how to spell them.
Knie?
Yeah. Oh, good, JD.
That's for your knee?
Oh, the deer sitting underneath the tree. Wednesday. Wednesday.
Sonny, the TikTok will either be here
row.
on Tuesday or not.
Knife.
We'll find out. I think we're gonna have TikTok through Monday, and we'll see what happens on Tuesday. Opossums and possums. Thank you, Monica. I wonder what I saw. Whether I saw I think I saw an opossum. Is the opossum smaller?
Are you
Then
being
the
serious?
possum?
Are you being serious right now?
Is she fucking with me? Are you fucking with me, Mary? I mean, no one named Mary fucks with people.
Wait, are you serious right now?
Is there not a possum and an opossum?
No, it's a possum. It's spelled opossum.
Oh, possum. It's an impossibility. All right, Pop.
Maybe it's the wine. Is it bald? Dan, was it bald?
Oval?
Was the opossum bald?
It was oval, yeah.
Was it shiny?
Was it what?
Shiny.
Chinese? I don't know if it was Chinese or Asian. I don't know. It could have been African.
I
it could have
said
been European.
shiny.
I'm not sure. I think it's an American possum.
Shiny.
Shiny? It wasn't particularly. I don't know if it was shiny. It just had a tail and it had like a long beak face. That I wouldn't want to feed it.
And you were gonna go outside. What were you gonna do if it was standing there looking at you?
What?
What were you gonna do if it was standing there looking at you?
I looked back at it.
And what if it started charging you?
It would have hit the mirror. It would have hit the glass.
He can't hear. I mean, he really can't hear.
Hold on. Just I want you to do not swallow this. Do not swallow. Rinse this around. Mouthwash, fluoride, and all that stuff. Rinse it around. Do not swallow.
Oh my god, I'm itchy. What is happening? He
Swallow
does.
around.
I talked to him like 3 times today, and he kept doing this. It's his left ear. Yeah. Are you serious? There's no such thing as an opossum and a possum. They do hiss. They're scary. Mike, everybody's saying opossum is different than a possum. I don't really think so. Dry skin is real. It is really real. No, they're not. Are you kidding? Possum. Possum. No, not true. I know they're evil. No. Oh my god. You guys are crazy. I do. Miami, he literally was driving me nuts. And he kept going like this. And I was like literally this close to him. I was like, oh, hell no. Hell no. They're scary. Have you ever been forced face to face with one? They're fucking scary. Oh, hi Mike. You hanging in there? So apparently it is the thing, Dan.
What?
Opossum and possums are different.
There you go.
Possum trivia. Did you know, written by Kim Taylor, on You Shimu, possums can be bitten by poisonous snakes multiple times and survive. Hashtag possum trivia. Raccoons purr. I love collard greens. I'm from the South. Of course, I love some collard greens and some grits. I don't do the frog legs or anything like in the deep South. My aunt lives in Pulaski. I know, Philly girl. My aunt lives in Pulaski, and let me tell you, some of the things they were eating at the 3-in-1s that you call them, I've never heard of them as 3-in-1s, but I have a couple friends on Zoomies that say 3-in-1s. So one of those restaurants where you get 3. I was like, what the fuck is a 3-in-1? It's a protein and 3 sides. I was like, I've never heard of that. So yeah, they do the frog legs. Hell no.
Frog legs?
Meat and 3. Oh. Meat and 3. My bad.
Pop, what are you doing?
A meat and 3. It is a meat and 3.
What's up? What you doing, Pop? What do you need? You just did. Go right ahead.
Oh.
All right, go right ahead.
See? Shit. When did I move to California? My mom loaded me up in her VW Bug. I remember it was white with red seats. Yeah, I just invented it. The 1 is the protein, and the 3 are the sads. See? Oh my God.
That's all right. That's normal.
So opossums are America's, possums are Australian, New Guinea, and surrounding islands. Oh my God. Bell-bottom jeans.
That's normal, Pop. That happens. What's that? That's pretty normal. What just happened? That's normal.
Opossums do.
We changed that multiple times.
Aspirin powder? I don't know. But let me tell you, that first time when we went down to Pulaski and she took us to Meat and Three, I was like, what am I eating? Yeah, VW bug. Red interior. You know, and the stick shift was like this big off the floor. And she took us from Nashville, running away from whatever demons, yeah, she was running from, and we came to California. We had nothing but the clothes we had. That's it. Yeah. Thanks, Cynthia. My mom was all about meat, green starch, and every meat. I wish, right? Is Dion taking care of Grandpa? Yes, he typically likes to put him to bed. Marcy. Ugh, Ames. Amy, were you on Facebook? Was that you? I meant to go back and say, is this Ames? Did you message me on, this is gonna be so confusing for me because I'm gonna have to learn, you guys are gonna have to give me, time to kind of reconnect the YouTube, the TikTok stuff and all that stuff. Okay, no to Facebook, okay. It might be the other Amy. There's 2 Amy's that are regulars. Hi, Unky.
Jock, we're on FB, we're on IG, and YT. And you can find all those in my link tree if you want to make sure you find the correct page. But I hope that we're going to be right here next Monday and Wednesday and Friday night. That's my hope.
Yes, he was at home in bed.
Yeah, is he back right there in that room, right back there? Absolutely.
Barbara.
Or at least that's where it started. It continued in the car and then in the hospital, but
Evan, the whole TikTok
that's
thing
where it
is
started.
funny. It is left. It is swollen right here. Yes. So, okay, let me do, because there's been a lot of questions and I keep forgetting to go back to it. When I started losing hair on my eyebrows, oh, good, bubble up. I wasn't quite good, man. Good job. When I first started losing hair from perimenopause, I got microbladed. So what happens is, after so many years of the microblading and doing it for so many years, it blends into it. So you can't continue to microblade. You have to then tattoo.
Someone asked for the heart attack story. Is that okay for me to tell?
Don't be nice.
I'm just asking.
Don't be nice.
An ass?
Yeah, don't be nice.
I've been practicing my whole life. What, I mean, you want me to stop now?
You haven't been practicing. You have perfected it.
It took time. It took time.
No.
My heart attack was something that was coming for many years. Overwork, overplay, bad habits. I just was not living a very healthy lifestyle, high in stress.
Give me the name.
And you know, the way that I dealt with my stress was not healthy.
Give me the handle name.
That's Mike can tell a heart attack story. A lot of people have them, and it was a normal night. I had a giant hearing the next day, really stressful, and I've been thinking about it for months. Somebody's life was hanging in the balance, years of their life, and it weighed heavy on me because I didn't like what was happening to my client, and I unfortunately had a tough time building a wall between myself and my clients, so I kind of live the stress that they're living, and I had a stressful day, ended with a big playoff game with my daughter who was captain of the soccer team. That was very stressful at that playoff game, walking up and down, and at midnight or 11:30, I got home, ate a bunch of crap, because that's what I didn't eat all day. I ate all this crap at night, and then boom, it came. Yes, I'm a barrister without the wig. I know
Yeah.
we're late.
So what happens is the microblading fades over time. The strokes.
We just slide in from
and
heart
after,
attack to
because
microblade.
people are
Yeah,
asking.
of course, I'm not.
And so you can only do microblading for a while, and then they blend in and they.
I'm sad, Evan. I'm just answering a one-word question. I said I'm sad, Evan. How did I? That's a good question.
Kathy,
how did I know I was having a heart
I
attack?
do.
I didn't.
I do.
I sat for a long time thinking, is something going on here? Do I have heartburn? It was kind of like right in here for me, and I didn't know what a heart attack felt like, and I didn't,
You thought it was
finally I thought,
heartburn at first.
and then finally I said, I've got to go to the hospital, and so this is a good part of the story. I got to go to the hospital. I got to go. Just let's get there. I'm waiting in the car, and what were you doing? I got to go do something.
I had to poop.
She had to do something. So I'm sitting in the car dying, and she's in there pooping,
It was
probably on the phone.
It was a nervous poop. And
Whatever.
so here's the thing. It
And
wasn't an immediate thing. We didn't get in the car. So it was like an hour
after
of
it
him
started.
going back and forth. So after about 35, 40 minutes, he's like, Danielle, I really
Evan,
think
we're on
something's
IG.
going on. And then I started getting nervous, and I was like, well, what do you want me to do? Do you want me to call the ambulance? And then I started needing the fucking.
I'm
I get poopy gut when I'm nervous. So shit. And then he's yelling at me, and I'm like, can I wipe my ass?
Yeah, sure, go ahead. I'm just fucking. I'm balled up in a corner, dying, and she's like, I gotta make. In any event, and as we were going, she's driving slower than a
Because it
freaking
was a
snail.
torrential downpour.
And she's
We were in a
stopping for
tropical
stop signs in
fucking-
the middle of the night, when in the middle of the country when there's nobody there. I'm all, run the fucking stop sign. I'm fucking dying here. Ugh. And then she.
You guys, we were in
I'm
Hannah's
surprised she
grandma
didn't
car.
stop for a fucking coffee at Starbucks.
We were I asked him if he wanted a fucking ambulance, and he was like, no, it'll be too much money. And in sense, we should have done it because it would have been covered. It was capped at that point.
Yeah, and that's advice. So if you think you're having a heart attack, take an ambulance. Don't frickin' drive, because if you drive, you I had to go in and say, hey, I've got chest pains, and luckily they brought me right in. But if you go in an ambulance, not only can they help you from the moment they arrive, you're going to get immediately into the ER, and they're going to have specialists that are on call that will be called in. So if you ever experience it, that's the one thing I can tell you. Take an ambulance. Don't worry about the money. Don't worry about any of that shit.
Meanwhile,
just take an
right?
ambulance.
I got the
save
shits.
your
Once
life.
I know he's serious, I start having to pee. I have to poop because when I'm under stress like that, it's immediate.
She's not good with
right?
stress.
And so I'm stressing out. He's
or in
yelling at me,
situations.
and all of a sudden you're.
You never want to have your life dependent on her, or you're gonna be dead,
And
most
then
likely.
every 2 seconds, and I'm driving, and it's torrential downpour. It's like the streets are flooding. Everything is crazy.
I'm not even laughing because
And
I remember that moment.
I'm like shaking because I'm nervous. My anxiety's going like this. It's raining.
I almost said, just
and
fucking let me drive.
And then all of a sudden, then you hear a, oh! And I was like, what?
And
Just
she freezes.
drive!
And she freezes. That's what happens to her when she gets nervous. She doesn't act. She freezes. She's the
Just
opposite
drive.
of me.
And
I
then-
run into action mode.
and
I
then
don't
I
even
started-
think. I just act.
And then I
She
started.
freezes up like
And then I started like applying the brakes to the stoplights, and he was like, "Fucking drive!" Oh!
No, it wasn't funny at the time, and I'm not laughing now. I don't think that's funny.
Heads up.
That's what happened. He's up.
Uh-huh.
That's not funny either. Is he in the bathroom?
I think it's funny because he's alive, obviously, and it was a
Yeah,
situation.
how much damage was happening to my heart as you were slow.
Go deal with your fucking father.
Couldn't even fuck. I don't want to get a ticket. Pop, what are you doing? What do you mean he's up?
Everybody's saying Ed is up. Is he not?
He's asleep in his room.
Well, everybody
in
was
his bed.
saying they saw him walk by.
Do you know how many times she does that to me when I'm fucking in bed or sitting on the chair? I think she does it on purpose. Like, I'll be sitting there in the chair, I'll have my headphones in, I'm typing away, I'm in the middle of a poem or something. Your dad's up! Your dad's up! What? Your dad's up! Go deal with it! I get up, I walk. He's in bed, sleeping. What are you doing to me? or he's on the couch, you know.
and it's so funny because I'm getting so much hate. It's not funny. Well, yes, it's humorous when you really think about the situation at the time.
It's
He's a
believe
fucking
me.
alive.
Right.
Jesus Christ.
It's
People,
not funny. But
calm the fuck down.
it's okay. It's okay to, you know.
Oh, I have food to still put away.
Ooh. Phantom edge sightings, exactly. Phantom edge sightings. It is. It was definitely not funny at the time. It wasn't fun to live through. The aftermath wasn't funny, but when you look back at it, it's true. I mean, all that really happened, what you just heard, because nobody really knows what's going on, right? And then, you know, and I was kind of ambivalent about going. It hurt at some points, yes. It hurt in the car more than it ever hurt at home, and in the hospital, I started to have another episode, and that's when they just freaking, like, they had me hooked up to all this shit. And when I first got in, I had a really abnormal heart rate, right? And then, like, 20 minutes later, when I'm in the ER, sitting in a booth, I'm all hooked up, and my heart was normal. I'm all, oh, that's good, right? They're all, no, that's bad. Because we don't know what was happening half an hour ago. And then, you know, and half an hour later, it started happening again, literally. 6 nurses come in, they're fucking putting shit, they're all over me, giving me shots of all sorts of, and they're like, yep, you're having a heart attack, yep. And I'm like, oh my God.
Dan, remember that was the ER doc that he's like, buddy, you're not going home. The guy I worked out.
Yeah, and I had this big hearing the next day. I'm all, doc, I don't have time for this stuff. I had a stent, Donna, thank God. It was just, I just needed a stent. And I'm sitting in there trying to get prepared for my hearing the next day. And I got my phone and I'm texting my secretary, I'm texting my client, and then they took my phone away from me, and they're telling me, you know, you're not going anywhere.
I worked out. The cool thing was
she knew the doc.
I worked out with the ER doc at CrossFit, and he recognized the name. And so I think at first he thought it was me because Daniel and Danielle. So he came running in and he saw me, and I was like, oh, hey. And so he was like, I saw your name, I came running. And Dan was like, I think I'm okay, I think I have heartburn. And he's like, buddy, you ain't going anywhere.
And when the doctor tells you, look, man, get over whatever it is you think you're doing. You're having a freaking heart attack, dude. Understand that you're that far away from being dead, and you may be dead in a couple hours. And you know, it really took time to sink in. And the next day at the angiogram, the you know, guys, oh, you know, your numbers, your sugar levels, you're like pre-diabetic, and I mean, they really saw it's just not good. It's not good. You know, this is really a bad sign.
And we didn't know what it was yet. We were waiting for all the tests.
I'm waiting to go, and then there's a dead man sitting there, and the family's crying. He was in the operating room just before me. A dead guy. When a dead guy comes out of the operating room and you're going right in with the same group, it's like, fuck. I hope it's not a double header. And that was really discouraging to see a dead guy and hear the crying of the family. You know, it was so distressing before I went in. And then I got in and they gave me some kind of drug, and then all of a sudden I was cracking jokes. And they told me, stop making jokes, because the guy who's doing it, he's shaking. He's kind of, a little bit laughing, and he's all, it's making it shake. I can't read the thing. So he's all, stop cracking jokes. Because they were shaving my groin. They went in through my arm, but they shave your groin, just in case they can't get to it from your arm, and they have to go in through your groin, through your leg. And I was making comments about them, moving around down there. I'm like, ooh, a little to the left. And they're laughing, as I'm talking about, guy, all you had to do was ask, man. I mean, I'm okay with it. And they were laughing.
Tracy, it's meant to be laughed. That's why we tell it in the way we tell it, because when we look back, it was crazy. I mean, I was freaking out. I was in a panic, anxiety.
Mary,
I'm shaking, and of course it's torrential downpour, and it's every possible. There's no circumstance that's good under that thing.
I wrote a goodbye letter to my family that night at like 3 a.m. in the hospital after Danielle left. And, we had kids at home that had school the next day.
And I had to get them up for school.
They didn't know what's going on.
No.
And so she's like, I got to go take care of the kids at 3 or 4 a.m. And I penned out on my phone a little letter, a goodbye letter, and I read it. It's on YouTube. You can find it. It's a pretty, if you can get through that video without crying, you're a special person. If you just watch that video on YouTube, goodbye to my family. If you can find that video, it's a heart-wrenching, and it's what I felt at the time, and it was filled with guilt because I knew I put myself in that situation. And I had kids in high school, a kid in college and 2 kids in high school, and they're telling me, you may have to go to, if we can't fix it with a stent, you're going to have to go in and get open heart surgery and crack your ribs, and there's a survival rate for that surgery. People die in that surgery, and it was freaking. I was not scared for myself at all. It's really weird. I was not afraid of dying. I was afraid for my family and my dad, and my mom, who both I helped a lot. That's before my dad he was still living on his own, and that we never told my dad. By the way, that was one thing I came in. I do not tell my dad. He was in the early stages of dementia during the time, or early to mid stages of dementia, and I just chose not to even tell him that it happened. And it was the first time in my life that I'd ever been in the hospital and my dad wasn't there. Every other time in my life, from when I was a kid to even as an adult, I had a seizure once about 10 years earlier, probably due to stuff that I shouldn't have been doing, and my dad was always there in the hospital, like one of the first faces that I would see in the hospital. And it was, it makes you feel a little better. Mark was there, both times. Mark always there, my mom, but we did not tell my dad. It was too scary. It was a scary experience. And thank God, I'd have been not here to take care of my dad. Yeah, you can look at, It's a Wonderful Life. What would happen if you were dead? Well, a lot's happened to me in the last 5 years since that heart attack. I think maybe the best 5 years of my life. I don't know.
Oh my God, Jane, I have that.
Fly, absolutely. I know what you mean, man. I know what you mean. Yeah, I had a seizure, I don't know, like 5 years before that.
Not that long ago.
And I think that had to do with things like Adderall and things like that.
Things he shouldn't have been doing.
Things I shouldn't have been doing.
He had a grand mal. He came in. I was running.
Was my sister here?
No. Lily was here.
Someone was here.
Lily
Thank
was
God
here.
someone was here, because
So
again,
there's another story.
the other person that was here is the one who called the ambulance, Daniel.
No, I didn't. I was with you, dum-dum.
All right.
And so he came in and he knew something was wrong. And my room, Grandpa's room, was my exercise room. He threw the door open, scared the fucking shit out of me. And I was like, he muttered some words and his face was petrified. And then he walked out and I was like, what? Because I didn't understand and I could see something was not right. And all of a sudden he fell.
And fucked up my
and
shoulder.
Broke his collarbone.
Yeah.
And then I had to I had stayed with him. So Lily at the time was spending the night and I'm yelling, call 911, call 911, because I was with him to try to make sure.
And then my sister was, my sister knew she was freaking
mom,
out.
And so they went with
My
you.
whole I'm the youngest in that.
I was pissed off at
in that branch of the family. Josh is younger than me, but in my branch with all my older siblings, so it was a big deal. The young one was going to the hospital, and it was a big deal. It was nothing, and I had to sit in the worst part was my collarbone.
Hurt.
Yeah,
was
my
not
collarbone.
fun.
That was not fun, but that happened. Yeah, life is life, and I went on, didn't think anything of it. I just continued after that, and then the heart attack, boom. That's what told me. If you don't want to orphan your kids, you need to change. Yeah, she did. Try some of the Addies. All gone now. I don't even take. I don't take it. The only medicine I take now is
he really was
for my heart. That's it.
He really was. I mean, to me.
Read the letter that I wrote. That will, if you can find that video, that will tell you what was going on in my mind at the time, and it ain't pleasant.
I'm going to tell you, that was one of the most scariest times of my life. Was that seizure. It was weirdly weird for me.
The first time she was in labor, I did not drive her. I was in trial, and a call came into the courthouse
By
in a
yourself.
criminal trial I was in, and the judge cleared the courtroom.
By the way, I drove myself to all my deliveries.
The judge, I was in trial, and the judge cleared the courtroom, and he's all, Mr. Sasser, I've got some news for you. I think it's good news. Your wife is having a baby. I've sent the jury home. We'll reconvene in like 3 days or 2 days, and the DA's like, Your Honor, the jury cannot hear anything about the fact that this counsel is having a baby, because it would have,
I drove with Jennifer because I was actually I went into preterm labor with Jennifer. And so I was on bed rest. So I went in at 37 weeks and 2 days, and my water was low. So they just admitted me. So I drove right there. Secondly, and I was always a week before I actually delivered, I went in thinking I was going to have my baby. Same thing happened with Hannah. I drove myself to the hospital a week before I actually delivered her. And I stayed overnight because my contractions were going. And so I just told Dan, I'll call you if they get there, right?
And then I got there on other apps if you.
And then I got there, and one of my moms was working full time at that time, and she was the doctor. So I said, strip my membranes. I stayed over. He didn't come. I just said, don't bother. And then when I was at Costco when I was in labor with Hannah a week later, and I drove myself. And
you got Hannah or Jennifer?
Hannah. Jennifer, I was by myself too. And my mom, I called my mom, and then with Hannah, I called you, I called my mom, I said, okay. Dan's like, call me if it's real, because I went in the week before.
Jack, I have met Show, and you'll see some pictures, if I'm going to post a video of some of the TikTok memories. I've met Show. He is a wonderful person. He is such a nice guy. I had Andrew with me. He took the time to go and put his arm around Andrew and talk to him. He sat down with us for quite a while, and I got to spend time with him at the hearing, which is really the neatest part. So we went to the Commerce hearing. It was in Congress, right? And so I was really excited. I got to sit in on a committee hearing, and I was right behind a Show. And at the break, all the TikTok people got out and they moved to go to have their conference. And Show gets up and he's like looking around for all of his people, and there's nobody. All the TikTok people were gone. All the TikTok employees, they were already strategizing. And he looks at me, and we had just had a long conversation the night before. So he saw, how am I doing? You're doing fine. They're not letting you answer. Keep doing what you're doing. I can see in real time people's comments. You're doing good. We did a little bonding thing, and I know he was nervous as all hell, which is probably unusual for him, but it was a pretty cool interaction that I had with Show. And then he walked to the other where they were strategizing, the top executives at TikTok. So yes, I do know him personally, and he is an absolutely incredible guy. For real. And we've interacted a couple of times on messaging each other. He's messaged me like after some videos that I've done, for some TikTok videos. So he stayed in touch with me, and that's really cool for a guy as busy as Show, And I'm just some dude, one of a billion people on his app.
Mom, I didn't even know you were gone. Where were you?
I worked out a little bit.
How you doing, Saudi?
With who?
Roscoe.
Cole. Well, we know why he had a seizure.
I believe we know why, but
Who is
in any
We
event,
can't say it.
Who had a seizure?
Never mind, Andrew.
Dan would remarry, 100%.
I
He would need to remarry. Who's going to take care of him in all of this?
can't imagine the process of meeting somebody, courting somebody, and
More kids?
engaging with somebody in that way. It would be really strange.
I don't think
But
anybody
I
could
think
do
I
that
could
with you.
What?
I don't think anybody could do that with you.
There's
Okay,
a lot of
well,
women
thanks,
that would
bud.
like your dad.
We still have the pig. Tony, I promise you I will post one more poem before TikTok goes dark. And it'll be an old poem, but my favorite poem. And it's about a disintegrating relationship and it's
Oh,
my,
he
my
would be
what I'm
pissed,
most
Becky.
proud of.
He would
My,
be pissed.
my favorite poem.
Yes, Andrew's my son. I birthed him. Mm-hmm.
Yes, you did.
Mm-hmm. I birthed all of my children, and it was his sperm. And
Jane,
just in
thank you
case
so
you
much.
guys don't know, when the sperm meets the egg, it fertilizes it, and then you have a child 9 months later.
Yes, and you know the fastest swimmer.
Was Jennifer.
What do you mean it was Jennifer?
What were you going with that?
I'm the fastest swimmer gets there to do
Oh.
it. The fastest swimmer made Jennifer. The fastest swimmer made Hannah, and the fastest swimmer made
I was
Andrew.
thinking something
Some
about.
get lost. You know, maybe they fly into a wall
They
or
probably
something.
do, but I was
I mean,
thinking.
they don't have eyes, right?
They do.
Sperm does not have
They
eyes.
have the
just,
eyes and
no,
the
they
mouth.
don't.
They need to
just
see where they're going.
they can't see where they're
They
going.
know.
It's dark in there anyway.
I mean, your sperm now have no eyes. They're blind, so they're gonna bump into things. They're
No,
gonna turn
my
into-
sperm's fine.
You don't.
Your
have,
eggs are corroded,
Yeah.
rotted, and
Your sperm
dying.
are stuck in the ball.
I could have kids for another 20 years.
No, you can't.
I can pull them right out of the... You can... I can have that reversed.
You're dead. Yours
No,
is
your eggs are
suffocating.
dead. My
Yours
sperm
are
are alive and well.
suffocating in the balls.
I'm going to have 10 more children just to spite her.
Go for it.
All right. Any volunteers?
There was somebody on here that says you get more handsomer every day.
Yes, I do.
Fuck. Oh Lord, why am I?
It's just,
itching?
I can't
I'm
help
having an
it.
allergic reaction from something. You can't help all your sexiness.
And I have, you know, I've always had a fairly, my self-esteem has not always been high. You know, I suffered a lot from the divorce, and it's taken me 50 years to build my self-esteem back up.
Oh dear.
So now I'll take it.
What?
What?
I mean, I literally just almost stained my clothes with that.
It
Your
happens.
self-esteem, you felt very good about yourself.
Not about 100% of myself.
No,
just parts of
but
myself.
parts of yourself, you were pretty cocky AF.
I might have been cocky. I liked athletics, and
And some of that cockiness is insecurities, but
it was insecurities.
yeah, I know.
Not anymore. I don't give a crap anymore. So I don't have any insecurities because
We
I simply
can
don't
see
care.
that. We know you don't give a crap.
Because I don't. I've been around so many people, and I've lived enough to know that I'm fine. Right? Everybody is flawed.
Tuscany
I'm
Rose,
flawed.
the first wife was prettier. Yeah, his first.
My
wife
first
was
wife?
pretty- Yeah. She said, "What wife was prettier, your first one or Danielle?" The first one. She was much younger. Yeah.
I've only had one wife, and I'm assuming the second is going to be
Young.
young. I assume the second one is going to be even prettier than my pretty first one. But I don't ever anticipate having a second wife because I anticipate dying before you.
I think I'm dying before you.
We'll find out.
Who's the who's more competitive in the death arena? Me. Who's you? Who's dying first? Me. I think I'm dying first.
I've already almost died.
Yeah, but you're still here, so obviously you're
Sorry,
here for
I
a reason.
apologize. I'm still
I
here.
can't.
You
for some
run
reason-
8 miles a day.
No, I
Your freaking resting heart rate's like 48.
Not anymore.
You are in remarkable shape.
Well, right now it is, but it
The only
typically
problem
isn't.
with you is
My tone.
no.
What? Oh, no sex. I haven't.
Something's happened to your sex drive.
I haven't been well.
It's just freaking plummeted.
I'm in pain.
It's plummeted.
It's
like
called
freaking,
pain.
like that SpaceX rocket that blew up. That's how my sex life is. It just blew
No.
up and just crashed back to Earth.
Now I need nicotine. You've driven me into patch.
She is stunning, and she always has been stunning. Can I open that
Yeah,
for you?
I can't. I apologize. I didn't die.
There you go.
Trust me, I don't even know if his life insurance is up yet, so we can't have him die yet. I need his.
I don't want. I'm not signing up to die. I'm doing the best I can.
Well, you just said you're dying before me, so like, when are we dying?
Well, you're younger than me. You're healthier than me. You haven't had a heart attack. You didn't do all the crazy stuff that I did. I assume you're going to live longer than me. If you don't, it's like because you piss somebody off and they come after. That's the only
That
way.
I think
One
is
of your
gonna happen.
trolls that
Yeah,
just
it's
gets
gonna
angry
kill
at you.
me.
You call them some name and they come and stalk you down. And then I gotta spend all that time in the courts and all that crap.
Could you defend me though, being your wife?
Well, you're dead, so
I know, but I'm saying, like, if I'm dead, can you still? Isn't that a conflict of interest?
can I defend you? You're not being charged with anything.
No, but you're going after.
I'll sit in the courtroom and watch them
okay.
prosecute the murderer. That's all. Carl, we're gonna miss you guys too. You'll be able to find us. I don't know if we'll be able to find you.
Shh, don't tell
But
them
you'll
about
be
my
able to find
violence.
us because we're out there on all the other apps as well. It just won't be quite the same
Oh,
because
hold on.
this is
Hold on, my baby's calling. Dan, handle too.
your baby's calling.
Yes.
What baby?
Oh, it's not you. I thought it was gonna be
She
the other one.
gets
I love
up
you,
on
though.
she took a phone call. 12 years sober in Clearwater. Congratulations. I've been to Clearwater. I was not sober when I was in Clearwater, I can tell you that.
Howard, who's your date? My eyes are itchy.
Tonight and I'm going to get lucky. Maybe. It's not even getting lucky anymore. It's really all these, for me to get lucky, like 3 bars have to line up. Most of the problem has been what she's going through the last 2 months. And I can't help that. I can't complain. She's going through what she's going through. And it's just a fact. It sucks. But she has to be healthy enough, with no issues. B, I have to be, happy with her. And the toughest problem is I have to not piss her off. All those things have to line up for me to get lucky. And any one of those could alter it, I could be on my best behavior, but she's just not feeling it because she's not feeling well or what have you. And, so maybe if I get lucky, I don't let it bother me anymore. I let it just go, I'm getting older and it's frustrating for me because, we've always been a little off in our drives. I've always been above her. Probably common in most marriage, but it's always been the case. And then, as we got older, we're dealing with issues. Thank God I don't have those issues yet. But she's okay. She's fine. She's going through normal, getting older, menopause, perimenopause to menopause, all that stuff. So that's it's not like I'm angry or, that kind of thing. I'm just dealing with it and I use humor to help get through it. And I hope that it goes away and we get back to where we were. I hope that happens. Jane from Kansas, hello. You're not in Kansas anymore. Yeah, Jane, there's 2 sides. It's never one-sided. But we make a bigger deal out of it than it really is. And I've been lucky my whole life. Thomas, I hope it's not our last show on TikTok. We're still going to go live on YouTube and Facebook or IG. We'll pick another alternative if TikTok does go dark. But we're on YouTube right now. So and I'll be on there. And I've done lives on YouTube. We get similar numbers to TikTok on my lives on YouTube. So I will still do them. It'll just won't be. TikTok's my first. It's like my first love, and I'm going to miss TikTok if it goes away. It's an incredible app. It's an incredible community. It is just, it's provided so much and allowed me access to all the other apps, and it will be kind of sad. I got sad today. I did a live this morning talking about the court decision, and, realizing that it might be one of my last lives on TikTok is really sad for me. But we'll still be there for people that want to find us. It's just, I'm going to miss TikTok, I really am if it goes away. My dad is just fine. He was on earlier tonight, and which was really nice. If this is our last, at least he was able to come on and, for 10 or 15 minutes and say some really wonderful stuff. So.
But his ears and everything look fine?
Well, Shelley, thank you for following us all this time. We're not, if you want to continue to follow us, you can find all of my other pages in my link tree on TikTok. They're in my app. If you want to follow those pages, you'll be able to find us. It just won't be if TikTok goes dark, it won't be TikTok, and that's sad for me because it's been a wonderful app, and I've met so many people. I know so many people on the app. I know so many creators. I know so many people in TikTok from all my working with them on lobbying for the against the law and traveling to DC. I've met so many wonderful people, right up and including the show and some people right below him that I was really close with. Some really high executives, people from mostly from the lobbying world, people that have gone to work for TikTok. So I've met a million great, unbelievable people. Yeah, I'm still going to be here. I mean, as long as I'm alive, I'm going to be on whatever I can be on. But I'm sorry. I did not meet anybody from the CCP, Rose. The CEO of TikTok is Singaporean. He's not Chinese. 60% of ByteDance is owned by international investors. It's kind of a strange thing, but I'm not going to relitigate the court battle. It's over. Thanks, Ann. Yeah, you can find me on IG and Facebook and YouTube, all those things. User, I would love to have. That's the whole point of this. I'm having beers with you right now. If you have a beer, I'm calling it Buzz Talk, and I've always envisioned these lives as being like the first hour, hour and a half of when you go out, and if you go out to a bar before dinner or at dinner. For me, the first hour and a half has always been the best. And it's when you catch that little buzz and everything is good. That's what I've tried to emulate in these lives. And that's what I will continue to try and do. That first hour and a half of going out, the funnest time of the night. Not closing time. You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. What about Eric? Epic, Shannon? I don't know what's going to happen. I think that there's a good possibility that TikTok will remain. Trump has said he likes it. He's going to look for a way to save it. We'll see if he can do it, if he can pull it off or not. I don't know. Biden gave a reprieve at the end, so there's an opportunity that it will stay on. And I know that Show has been talking with Trump, and he's going to the inauguration, and he's got a prime seat at the inauguration, and I know they're working to try and save it somehow. So we'll see what happens. Whatever happens, we're going to be here doing the same thing. It's just I hope that we can continue to do it on TikTok because it's really been a great experience for me. How you doing in the Philippines? What would it take to save TikTok? That's a great question. So, the president can, if there are legit negotiations going on for divestiture, Trump can kick in a 90-day extension just by saying, hey, we're getting close. We're gonna kick it down the road 90 days to give time to complete a sale. That's one thing. Another is that maybe Trump can work out a deal where it doesn't divestify. I mean, it's really hard to tell. I mean, there's a lot going on in Congress now, and a lot of people are changing their tune in Congress, thinking, man, maybe we didn't think this through properly, and a lot of people are going to be pissed off. So I have some hope, but I'm really disappointed by the courts and their approach to the First Amendment, and that doesn't change whether TikTok stays or goes. We know that our speech in this country is not as guaranteed as we might have thought because of the First Amendment. We know that it doesn't take a whole lot for the court to say, okay, you can ban all that speech for half the country, based on whatever you're telling us. So, yeah, the next president cannot override Congress or the Supreme Court. There is something called prosecutorial discretion. And if you're a cop or a lawyer or in the legal system, you understand that, when a cop sees you speeding 75 miles an hour, and he pulls you over, he doesn't have to write you a ticket. He can give you a warning. And that's prosecutorial discretion at the lowest level. I guess you could say you could exercise that same discretion at the highest level, but there's so much money involved and so much risk for the, Apple and for Google and the other supporters that it's really hard for me to tell what's going to happen. We're going to find out really quick. If we're on here next Monday, that's a really good sign. If we're on here on Wednesday, that's a really good sign. And if we're on here on Friday, that means that we've got at least a short reprieve to get something done. Jim, my biggest hope right now and my biggest wish and dream is that my dad makes it to 100. And I know would not be the way he is today. I'm sure it would not be something I'd be able to broadcast in any kind of detail, but I hope he can make it to 100 and be the first Salinger to make it to 100. Are you ever coming back, or what's the deal?
Rocky, let me go. I'm on live.
A minute.
Oh, she died anyway. Her phone died. Sorry. Dylan wanted to see his auntie.
Okay, that's fine.
What, you can't talk?
I gotta pee.
Oh, that's why. Sorry.
Well,
When Dylan calls, sorry, everything stops. Andrew, answer it.
what?
Answer it. Oh, Corey. Cheers, Corey. Cheers. If I leave, it's my baby calling me because he wants to see his auntie. Yeah. Oh, hi, my main bitch. Oh, he will. Well, Jim, he will celebrate 100, whether it's on TikTok or not. I don't know.
Are you going out tonight? Is that why you're showering?
Probably.
You're going out?
Probably.
Where are you gonna go?
Probably Gavin's house.
Oh,
Dad's
Lord.
there.
Dan doesn't read the YouTube. I know. I should have brought you with me so you could hear.
I will be.
He was ignoring you. Drakey!
What are you talking about, dude?
Drakey! Where were
Sea
you?
Otter, thank you, and hopefully the laughs will continue. If not here, somewhere else,
Sorry,
on the YT or the FB or the IG. We'll still be around as long as I'm breathing. I'll still be around somewhere.
Hi, Drakey. We missed you. We missed you the last couple mornings. It's not the same without you. And guess who made a secret appearance? Thanks, Aaron. You can't believe how much shit I've been getting for them. So for everybody who likes them, thank you.
We are on YT, Mermaid. We're already there. The same content, actually longer content on YT.
Did you have homecoming?
If you like what you're seeing on TT,
You gotta send me
on YT,
pictures.
you can see a lot of longer
I gotta
versions
have.
of the same videos. But you get to see what happens before and after the clip that you see on
Thanks,
TT
Angel.
or IG.
Thanks, Whisper.
TT, IG, AG.
I want to see pictures. I didn't even know she had homecoming. What the hell? Is she wearing her boots? Hear the breathing? Do you hear the breathing? Dan, do you hear the breathing?
No.
Look behind you.
What am I looking for?
Your father. He just went to the bathroom. Thanks, Kim.
You heard him breathing?
Yes, I could hear him breathing. Every night his breathing, you guys, wakes me up.
What are you doing?
Flush it in the toilet.
All right, turn.
I'm going to tell you that's the biggest trigger.
Sit down.
Is she wearing the hat? Oh, good night, Carol. Yeah, his breathing wakes me up. He's a very heavy breather, and so his breathing keeps me up. Yeah, I mean, it wakes me up. I hear it. I hear it. Doesn't matter if Dan gets up or if I get up.
Are you gonna?
I still hear it.
Are you gonna?
Oh, thanks, user. What's going to happen with your dad when TikTok goes off? Linda, I think he's going to stay alive and keep living, and we're going to keep posting on other social medias. Somebody just asked, what's Grandpa gonna do when TikTok goes down? Hi Blackhawk, how are ya? Where have you been? Breathing is better. No, but he's a heavy breather, and so I wake up, and that's how I hear him. Is either I hear his plaque, his name card hit against the door, or I hear him breathing. I wear noise canceling headphones to sleep. Oh, Jane, if I did that, Dan would hate. I look older. Yes, Aaron. Every day I age. Yeah, I think everybody does the same thing. Yeah. Oh, Drakey, what happened? Who did you adopt? Who did you adopt? Oh my God. Evan, he tries to get in my bed almost every night because he closes his door and so he gets confused. So I don't know, Jamie. We're gonna still keep doing the same things we're doing now. Even if all social media went away, we would still be caring for Ed, believe it or not. We're not here just because Ed's here. He put a new dog in the box? What? What? You got a new dog?
You know, for those of you on this night, if it is our last,
Drakey, what did you get? What kind of doggy? You just said you weren't going to get another dog because you still haven't gotten over
if it is our last night here, I remember some really fun times. We raised a lot of money for Alzheimer's on here on TikTok. We saved the turtles. We've had a lot of fun on here, guys. So I thank each and every one of you that's been with us on this journey.
That makes me so happy.
If anything happens, you've really made a difference in our lives. And that's three.
That's
Danielle,
where
myself,
that's
and
where
my
we
dad.
all started, is on TikTok, and everything else came because of it.
Everything came because of the talk, and
Heavy,
we've had
really
a lot of
heavy.
fun in here. I remember I jumped in the pool for those of you that might remember when it was freezing cold.
Eyebrow dyeing, yep.
In order to raise money for Alzheimer's, we did eyebrow dyeing.
Well,
We did nose plucking. She pulled the hairs out of my nose.
Kelsey, we saved the cats and the street dogs on YouTube,
And
that's
thanks to TikTok, I was invited to go speak at the Alzheimer's
you
National
had a lot of fun
Convention.
trips with
A
TikTok.
lot of fun trips as a result of this, and met some amazing people, movers and shakers in the world. You know, I met the top research scientists on Alzheimer's with the Alzheimer's Association.
You had a lot of
and
great
had to go have
memories.
dinner with the top scientists in the world and learn about the latest things, all because of you guys and all because of TikTok. It's really been amazing. I hope to God it's still here. We will still be here, and we are still going to continue to do what we're doing. It's just kind of sad that the original app is on the chopping block.
And a lot of people are really sad. You know, a lot of people have learned so much. You know, people are like, where am I going to go now to learn about things? So it's really
And how
sad.
am I going to, I don't know. There's so many people that I watch on TikTok.
They're
you know,
all going to the
I
same
can't, yeah, right,
places.
but I'm going to have to find them.
Yeah,
Like,
they
I don't
all
even
are.
remember who they all are. Many people, as I'm flipping through, I'll say, oh, that's a channel I watch. And it's going to be really, it's going to be a different environment if it goes away.
Oh my
And
gosh,
I'm really
Kat,
pissed
really.
at the government. And
Yeah.
just the way that they pushed this law through, the way that the people in Congress didn't understand the app when they were voting. All they saw it was like as a Chinese weapon, when in fact it was a lifeblood for so many Americans, and is a lifeblood
You need to do a TikTok, a farewell poem to
for
TikTok.
so many. I'm going to do the poem, my poem that
No, we are not on Lemonade. So if you saw
My
our
favorite-
pictures there, Shayness, it's somebody else taking them and doing it.
Really, there's already someone
Yeah.
on Lemonade. Yes.
Shayness just said that. Are you on Lemonade? I just saw your
Yeah.
pictures.
That's
We
Yeah.
haven't gone anywhere. We're literally at the same places. We have
Athena.
Facebook.
I'm on IG and YT, and you can find us, and all those are in my link tree. If you want to go to the link tree, you can find the proper pages and all the other apps.
Hi, SRJ.
We do post on IG, Brandy, the same thing we post here every day. When I post on TikTok, I post the same thing on IG. So if you like our content and you want to find it, you will be able
Sound
to
Your
find
Farm
it.
is not us. Mm-mm.
The Selling Your Farm is not us.
On YouTube. No. Well, I am. We're not going anywhere. Yeah, we're not going anywhere.
That's correct. TikTok is going away unless something changes. There is hope, okay? I'm not saying there's not hope. I still have hope. I know that that show is talking to Trump and I have a feeling that they want to find some way
Drakey, I love
to
that.
keep this app alive. There's so
glad
many
you did.
people that depend on it for a livelihood. It'll be a big shock to the economy.
I'm glad you did because you haven't recovered from your last baby.
Renee,
So I'm glad
there
you did.
we do have a mark on checkbook on Facebook.
I'd
So
like to tell you all that Drake saved a street dog.
what?
Drake just rescued a baby.
That is awesome, Jake. That's what we've done.
Drake,
All right,
Drake.
It's now after 7.
Sorry, Drake.
So I think for tonight we're gonna wrap it up, and I want to again. I hope I see you all here on Monday night. Please, if it's on, we'll be on Monday night. If it's not here, you can find us on YouTube Monday night. YouTube and either Facebook or Instagram. Probably YouTube and Facebook because we've done lives on those
I'm
before.
glad.
So we'll continue the lives. It's one of my favorite parts of all of social media is the lives. So I will enjoy that, and I want to thank everybody who stayed with us and been with us on TikTok, and hopefully we're gonna continue
You're
the
welcome.
relationship, and hopefully we'll continue it on TikTok. But if not, we can continue it on a different app.
I know. We have other apps. It's not like we're going goodbye, bye-bye, you know? There's other apps. So if you guys really love it, there's other ways to find us.
You can find us. I'm mostly sad because I'm not going to be able to find people that I'm looking for that are maybe smaller creators that I've been watching and may not pop up so easily on other
And
apps.
what about the TikTok shop? Guys, what are we going to do without that TikTok shop?
You guys, thank you so much for hanging out.
Yes, Drakey, do that, please.
I will
And her
certainly
name, and
do
her
at least
name.
one more live, no matter what. During the day, I'll jump on at some point. I'll be on
Yes,
one more time.
I'll
at
be on in
least
the morning. You
on the
too.
talk, probably on Saturday or Sunday. But I hope that we're
Love you,
back here
Stormy.
Monday night. I hope
Yeah.
we're here Wednesday night and Friday night. I hope.
And I'll be on
changes.
as my normal until I can't TikTok anymore. I will TikTok and YouTube, and then it'll become Facebook. And
Thank you all so much.
anyway, love you.
Take care, guys.